Well, now the time is just after 20 minutes to midnight, and the end of our night on BBC Two, except for a programme for the Open University, which follows in a few seconds. For those of you not staying on for that, this is Peter Bolgar now wishing you a very good night. This is the Open University. We have just one programme in this transmission. This programme was to have been shown earlier this evening, and we apologise for any inconvenience its rescheduling may have caused you.
Welcome to OU Foundation Level Course PP78, The Cost of Cleanliness. Today we focus on a rare surviving example of the small, traditional seaside resort, Penzance in Cornwall. The first baths in Penzance were the Royal Baths, sited here in Jennings Street and opened by 1816. They offered not only personal cleansing, but also entertainment in the shape of teas and dancing. But this area was heavily industrialised with shipbuilding, ballast pits and lime kilns, and far from the ideal place for a bathhouse. So, in 1841, a Mr. Burt had opened a new bathing establishment on the southwest edge of the town. Here a grassy slope and sandhills led down to the sea in a developing tourist zone, upwind of the industrial areas and harbour. Soon afterwards, a promenade was built, and Mr. Burt's baths gained a superstructure, and this provided fine views and tourist accommodation. The building was later used as Gibson's photographic studio and showroom. Mr. Burt hoped to make Penzance a rival for Scarborough, and to allow the poorer people of the town to use his facility free of charge. The business, however, passed to a more commercial owner and became Norton's Baths. After a storm in 1883 smashed all the windows of these baths and destroyed the furnishings, the building was never opened again. Investors were sought for new, up-to-date baths further west at the very end of the promenade. Local architect Oliver Caldwell had designed the Public Benefit Boot Company building in Market Place and a Methodist church in Parade Street, both of which can still be seen today. He was now commissioned for the new baths, which opened in 1887. Nearly 3,000 baths were taken in the first year, enabling the shareholders to add an indoor swimming pool, the first in the town. An aerial photograph shows the extent of the underground pool with its corrugated iron roof and skylights. But by the time this was taken, in 1928, both the baths and the pool were past their best. As there was now much less demand for public bath houses, the entire complex was remodelled as a cafe. In 1935, a modern outdoor Lido opened in the area formerly occupied by low-quality housing and industrial premises, but now reclaimed for tourism. The Lido, its shape said to have been inspired by a bird in flight, was open to mark the Silver Jubilee of George V. It was a huge attraction and formed part of a fashionable Art Deco quarter for the seafront. Only a fortnight after the Lido opened, a fire destroyed the roof of the old Cafe Marina, leading to its closure and eventually demolition. That concludes part one of this unit, The Cost of Cleanliness. We hope that you'll be able to join us for part two, which will focus on bathing in a more prosperous and forward-looking environment, Croydon.
And there we end this transmission for the Open University. Good night.